Which of these stories will you be talking about tomorrow? The health care crisis for some Democrats. Progressives go after Senator Baucus for not backing the public option.
Senator Baucus, I have to ask, whose side are you on?
There's a political storm brewing over Big Sky Country, Montana, and it's pouring down on Senator Max Baucus. Turns out I'm not the only one who's asking, buddy, whose side are you on? The Progressive Change Campaign Committee is holding his feet to the fire over this public option.
Since you're a leading member of the Senate, here's a TV ad that's running in the District of Columbia and also running in Montana. Let's listen, Senator.
Last June, I collapsed because of congenital heart problems. I need open heart surgery, but have no insurance, and no company will insure me. My friends and family have been a blessing. With hearts as big as the Montana sky, they have helped with bake sales and benefits. But my wife and I still owe over $100,000 in medical bills. None of this debt would have piled up if I had had the option of buying into a public health insurance plan. Senator Baucus, when you take millions of dollars from health and insurance interests that oppose reform, and oppose giving families like mine the choice of a public option, I have to ask, whose side are you on?
The Progressive Campaign Change Committee and Democracy for America have just launched this ad targeting Finance Committee Chairman Max Baucus.
My name is Bing Perrin, and I live here in Billings, Montana with my beautiful wife and baby boy. Last June, I collapsed because of congenital heart problems. I need open heart surgery, but have no insurance, and no company will insure me. My wife and I still owe over $100,000 in medical bills. None of this debt would have piled up if I had had the option of buying into a public health insurance plan. Private insurance companies need competition. They profit by denying care to people like me. Senator Baucus, when you take millions of dollars from health and insurance interests that oppose reform, and oppose giving families like mine the choice of a public option, I have to ask, whose side are you on?
Joining me now is Adam Green, a co-founder of the Progressive Campaign Change Committee. Mr. Green, good to have you with us tonight. We've got a text poll coming up on this in just a moment, folks. Get your cell phones out. Mr. Green, what's the mission here? To get rid of Max Baucus as a Montana senator, or to get him to change his mind?
Well, the main mission is to make sure that Max Baucus is being accountable to his constituents on this issue of the public option. You know, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to pass this reform, and the most recent poll of even Montana voters in the supposedly red state of Montana shows that more Montanans support the public option than oppose it. So Bing is one of those people, and we want to make him come face-to-face with his own constituents.
All right, just for the numbers, Max Baucus has taken $3.4 million in the last 5 years, and you just mentioned it, Montana voters on the public option, 47% favor, 43% oppose. But this idea, the theme of telling stories of those who have been left behind and have got some hardships, do you think this is going to work? Do you expect it to work?
It has to work. You know personally how much Ben Nelson reacted when we highlighted one of his local constituents, a small business owner. He called you, he called this small business owner, and he even put up his own response ads. We've heard behind the scenes that Senator Baucus' staff has already heard about this ad. They're responding to it behind the scenes, and we really just want to make sure that they're not reacting to fake consultant-driven, fluffy ads, but really have to look into the eyes of their own constituents like Bing. Now, fortunately, a lot of people, thousands of people, have gone to our website, healthcarecan'twait.com, and we just hit the $50,000 mark towards our goal of raising $100,000 to air this in Montana and in D.C. And really, we hope to up the pressure on Senator Baucus.
All right, Montana Democrats on Senator Baucus' action on health care reform. He's facing some pretty tough numbers, folks. 55% oppose of what he's doing, 34% support. And I think when you take a look at Montana, they're pretty average American independent thinking voters. When they hear stories like that, if this doesn't make Max Baucus turn and go for the public option, it's going to make me think he's either taking marching orders from those who gave him money, or he's taking marching orders from the White House to come up with something different than the public option, which would be the co-op. What about the latter? What do you think?
The co-op, yeah, pretty much the trigger, the co-op, all of these are not acceptable reform. Again, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and for some reason, the Beltway conventional wisdom is not reflecting what the New York Times poll on Friday showed, which is that 72% of the American public and even 50% of Republican voters, let alone overwhelming majorities of Democrats and independents, want the public option. This should be a political no-brainer for every politician, including the White House. And for some reason, we also have Olympia Snowe, who's playing this critical role. Her constituents support the public option 2-1. So we need to make sure that we're not watering down the public option with a co-op or trigger. The public option is the compromise.
Will you, Mr. Green, will you run ads on other senators? Or is it just Max Baucus?
Well, we currently have ads up against Baucus and also Olympia Snowe. Both of them are at healthcarecan'twait.com. And we hope that this is a real source of pressure. Again, highlighting the local voices of local constituents and holding them accountable to those constituents.
Going to be interesting to see how it turns out. Tomorrow's a big day. Thank you, Adam Green. Appreciate your time.